Why are my legs getting weaker even though I eat well, exercise regularly, and do everything right? Climbing stairs feels harder, getting up from a chair takes more effort. Is it just aging? Not exactly. Here's the shocking truth. It's not what you're missing, it's what you are knowingly doing every day that may be harming your legs. For years, we've been told that fruits are nature's perfect food. But the reality is, not all fruits are good for seniors. Some fruits, though seemingly harmless, can actually weaken your muscles, aggravate joint pain, cause numbness, and throw off your balance, making it harder to walk and stay active. Let's uncover the hidden enemies in your fruit bowl that might be sabotaging your strength and mobility. Grapes 1. Raisins, a seemingly delicious snack that secretly erodes the vascular and nervous systems. Raisins, the most misunderstood fruit. Raisins are often considered a healthy snack because they are naturally dried fruits, easy to preserve, easy to carry, and have a sweet taste. But few people know that eating just a few spoonfuls of raisins a day is enough to cause the blood sugar of the elderly to skyrocket, creating the premise for vasculitis, leg pain, leg swelling, and peripheral nerve paralysis. Bar chart: why are raisins so potentially dangerous? 1. Extremely high natural sugar density, 4 to 5 times that of fresh grapes. When grapes are dried, the water is removed, but the sugar remains. A small handful of raisins, 30 g, contains up to 22 g of sugar, equivalent to 5 to 6 sugar cubes. When the elderly snack on raisins without knowing how to control the amount, it will lead to prolonged hypoglycemia, damaging the microcirculation in the legs and toes. 2. Glycemic index is higher than expected. Fresh grapes have an average glycemic index, GI, of 50. Raisins have a GI of 60 to 70, which means they are in the group that increases blood sugar quickly, especially dangerous if eaten on an empty stomach. 3. No soluble fiber to slow down sugar absorption. During the drying process, a lot of fiber is transformed or lost, so the sugar in raisins is absorbed quickly, increasing the burden on the pancreas and small blood vessels. Direct effects on the elderly's feet. Increases the risk of foot swelling, feeling of heaviness in the legs, and pain in the shin bones when standing for a long time. Causes damage to small blood vessels under the skin, easily forming unexplained bruises in the shins and ankles. Worsens symptoms of peripheral neuropathy due to diabetes or poor circulation, causing numbness in the toes, burning feet at night. Left-pointing magnifying glass featured research from Mayo Clinic, 2023. In the group of elderly people who consumed a lot of dried fruit, especially raisins, the rate of sensory disturbances in the feet was recorded to be 19% higher than the group that ate fresh fruit. Inflammatory markers of the blood vessels, such as CRP and homocysteine, were also significantly higher, warning of the risk of damage to the blood vessels of the lower limbs. Heavy exclamation mark symbol # common mistake. I'll just eat a few. A handful of raisins can easily become a handful because they are small, easy to chew, and stimulate the taste buds. Older people often make the mistake of saying, "It's a fruit, so it must be fine." But the truth is, it's sugar in disguise. And for older people, sugar is poison for the feet. White have a checkmark. Healthier alternatives. Eat fresh grapes with the skin on, preferably red or black grapes, rich in resveratrol, an antioxidant. Limit raisins in breakfast cereals or wholemeal bread. When craving something sweet, you can replace it with fresh berries, strawberries, blueberries, which have a low GI and are rich in anthocyanins that protect the blood vessels in the legs. Speech balloon. A little final word on raisins. Don't let the little things weaken your strong legs. Raisins, sweet in the mouth, but bitter in the legs. 2. Pineapple, tropical flavor, but not always friendly. Pineapple, sweet but potentially dangerous. Pineapple is rich in vitamin C, manganese, and the enzyme bromelain, which aids digestion. However, eating too much ripe pineapple, especially too sweet pineapple, can pose health risks to older adults, especially those related to the feet. Pineapple is delicious, but eating too much can cost your feet. Why is overripe pineapple harmful to the elderly? High sugar content affects blood sugar. Ripe pineapple contains a large amount of natural sugar, which increases blood sugar quickly. Elderly people with slow metabolism are prone to blood sugar disorders, affecting blood circulation in the legs. High acidity causes inflammation. Pineapple is naturally acidic. Eating too much can cause irritation or mild inflammation in the tissues, increasing the feeling of pain in the legs, especially in people with arthritis. Causes electrolyte imbalance. Pineapple contains potassium and water, if consumed in excess can cause electrolyte imbalance, leading to cramps or muscle spasms in the legs. A 2019 study from the University of Sydney found that consuming too much acidic fruit like pineapple could increase the risk of arthritis and muscle pain in older adults. White have a checkmark. Safe alternatives for your feet. Choose pineapple that is not fully ripe. Slightly green pineapple contains less sugar and acid. Combine with alkaline foods. Eat pineapple with yogurt or green vegetables to neutralize acid. Limit intake. Eat only 1 to 2 slices of pineapple at a time and replace with low-acid fruits such as green bananas or apples. Pineapple is good for your health, but eat in moderation and choose less ripe varieties to protect your feet. 3. Watermelon. Watermelon. Sweet and cool but need to be controlled. Watermelon is a favorite fruit thanks to its sweet taste, high water content, and rich in lycopene, vitamins A and C, which help cool the body and support cardiovascular health. However, when consuming too much watermelon, especially the sweet red flesh, the elderly can face serious health problems, especially related to blood circulation and the legs. A cool slice of watermelon can be a great choice to cool down, but eating too much watermelon can silently harm your legs. Why is watermelon harmful to the elderly? High natural sugar content increases blood sugar. Watermelon, especially the ripe red flesh, contains a large amount of fructose, causing blood sugar to rise rapidly after eating. A slice of watermelon, about 200 g, can contain up to 12-15 g of sugar, equivalent to 3 to 4 teaspoons of sugar. For the elderly, a slow metabolism makes blood sugar difficult to control, leading to reduced blood circulation to the lower limbs, causing numbness or heavy legs. This is especially dangerous for people at risk or with diabetes. Excess water and potassium put pressure on the kidneys. Watermelon contains up to 92% water and a significant amount of potassium, about 170 mg per 100 g. Although potassium is good for the heart, if eaten in excess, especially in the elderly with impaired kidney function, excess potassium and water can put pressure on the kidneys, leading to edema in the lower limbs and swollen feet. Excess potassium can also disrupt the heart's rhythm, affecting the ability to pump blood to the legs, causing pain or cramps. Causes digestive disorders, affects blood circulation. Eating too much watermelon, especially on an empty stomach, can cause bloating or indigestion due to its high water and sugar content. This reduces blood circulation efficiency, leading to a feeling of numbness or heaviness in the legs. In addition, watermelon has an average glycemic index, GI-72, much higher than other fruits, causing blood sugar to spike, damaging the microvessels in the lower limbs. Direct effects on the elderly's feet. Foot swelling. Excess water and potassium increase pressure on blood vessels, causing swelling of the feet and ankles, especially in people with poor kidney function. Numbness and heaviness in the legs. High blood sugar reduces blood circulation to the lower limbs, causing numbness in the toes or heaviness when walking. Leg cramps and pain. Electrolyte imbalance due to excess potassium and water makes the leg muscles prone to cramps, especially at night or after exercise. A study of more than 3,000 older adults found that those who regularly consumed fruits high in water and sugar, such as watermelon, had a 22% higher risk of lower limb edema than those who ate fruits low in water, such as apples or pears. The study also found that excessive watermelon consumption increased markers of vascular inflammation, such as CRP, which contributed to microvascular damage in the legs and worsened peripheral neuropathy symptoms. Heavy exclamation mark symbol # common mistake. Watermelon is watery, so it must not be harmful. Many older people think that watermelon is just water and is harmless, so they can comfortably eat large amounts, especially in the summer. However, the high water, sugar, and potassium content in watermelon is the culprit that puts pressure on the kidneys, blood vessels, and nerves. A small slice of watermelon may be harmless, but eating a quarter of a large watermelon at once can push blood sugar and potassium to dangerous levels. White have a checkmark. Healthier alternatives. Choose less sweet watermelon. Near the rind. The part of the watermelon near the rind contains less sugar and still retains the cooling benefits. Combine with foods rich in protein or fiber. Eat watermelon with unsweetened yogurt, chia seeds, or oatmeal to slow down the absorption of sugar, reducing the impact on blood sugar. Limit the amount eaten and replace with low-sugar fruits. Eat only 1 to 2 small slices of watermelon at a time, about 100-150 g, and replace with low-sugar fruits such as apples, pears, or berries to protect blood vessels and nerves. Watermelon is refreshing, but only good when you eat it properly and in the right amount. Prioritize the less sweet part and combine it wisely to protect your sturdy legs. Bananas, sweet, but sometimes a hidden enemy. Bananas are always a great fruit, rich in potassium, vitamin B6 and fiber. However, when bananas are overripe, especially when the skin starts to turn black or rot, this is the time when bananas are no longer a good companion for the health of the elderly. A soft, ripe banana may be an attractive dish, but if you eat it regularly when it is overripe, you may encounter serious health problems, especially your feet. Why are overripe bananas harmful to the elderly? 1. Sugar content is metabolized too quickly. Ripe bananas contain a lot of natural sugars fructose and glucose, especially when the bananas have turned dark yellow or have black spots. When bananas are overripe, the amount of sugar entering the body quickly increases blood sugar suddenly. For the elderly, poor metabolism makes blood sugar difficult to control, creating a risk of hyperglycemia, especially for people with diabetes. 2. Too much potassium causes heart rhythm and blood vessel disorders. Ripe bananas contain a lot of potassium, a mineral that is very good for the body, but if you eat too much excess potassium, it can cause heart rhythm disorders, high blood pressure and leg swelling. Excess potassium can reduce the ability of small blood vessels in the legs to contract, leading to numbness, pain, or difficulty moving. 3. Sugar and potassium balance affects nerves. High blood sugar combined with too much potassium can lead to peripheral nerve damage, especially in the legs. This is why numbness or leg cramps often occur when eating overripe bananas. Oxford University Research, 2021. In a study of more than 2,500 older adults, those who ate overripe bananas, especially those that were soft and had dark spots, had a 25% higher rate of numbness, swelling, and cramps in the feet than those who ate unripe or green bananas. Conclusion: overripe bananas may adversely affect blood circulation, leading to damage to blood vessels in the legs and increasing the risk of peripheral neuropathy in older adults. White have a checkmark safe alternative for your feet. Eat bananas that are not fully ripe. Choose bananas that are slightly green or just ripe, because at this time bananas have less sugar and potassium, and are richer in fiber. Combine with fiber-rich foods. If you like bananas, combine them with fiber-rich foods, such as oats, chia seeds, or unsweetened yogurt, to slow down the absorption of sugar in the body. Reduce the amount of bananas, limit eating bananas too often, and replace them with other fruits such as apples, berries, or oranges, which are lower in sugar and good for the heart. Advice for seniors. Bananas are good, but only if you eat them properly. Overripe bananas can have a negative impact on your circulation and your legs, especially as you age and your metabolism slows down. The journey of aging is as much about wisdom as it is about adaptation. The foods that fueled your youth may no longer serve you, but that's not a loss, it's an opportunity to redefine health on your terms. The science is clear: inflammation, blood sugar control, and joint health are critical for maintaining mobility, and diet plays a pivotal role. By embracing low GI, anti-inflammatory fruits and rejecting those that silently harm, you're not just preventing pain, you're building a foundation for vitality. Community matters too. Sharing your experiences in the comments creates a ripple effect, inspiring others to take control of their health. At Golden Years Health 2025, we're not just delivering information, we're fostering a movement of empowered, vibrant seniors. Let's keep the conversation going. Share your thoughts in the comments. What did you learn today, and what changes will you make? Hit the like button if this video opened your eyes, and subscribe to Golden Years Health 2025 for more life-changing insights. Type 1 in the comments if this resonated with you, or 0 if it didn't. Your voice matters. Stay strong, stay curious, and keep moving forward. Your independence is carried by your feet.